Yeah. So was waiting. Everyone, sorry about that. Misunderstood how Streamyards, how YouTube when you link other streaming services from Streamyards, how the linking works versus others. For example, going from Streamlabs to YouTube. I thought it worked the same way. My bad, but yeah. I'm waiting on Negi to join now. Okay, here he is. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it's totally all right.
But yeah, so
So
everything.
yeah,
Yeah, it didn't. It posted. So what happened was it posted as a separate stream on my YouTube for scheduled for that time, but it didn't go active. But yeah, now this one's currently active. So yeah. So I was talking about High School DxC. I'm a fan. I was a fan of that one until the last season. That got kind of weird until season 3. And that's about it for everything I've seen. Well, I did get into Attack on Titan for the first couple seasons. That's like okay, the most obvious one you could name, but whatever.
yeah, I can say something. I remember that was interesting. Um, just the whole way they would, whatever those contraptions were they were wearing that would make it where they could run around, do crazy flips, and
Yeah, that kind of shit.
that was like interesting. Also, the idea of people living in walled cities because of the giants. That
Yeah.
was pretty
Hmm.
pretty good. I never
Hmm.
got into it really because it was one of those things that I didn't feel like torrenting the whole anime, because even though it's easy to do,
Hmm.
it would have still been more effort than I would have wanted. But I just couldn't get into it. But it
Yeah,
did
and one.
sound
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
interesting, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I wanted to say, Negi, was no one here is hunting you, and no one else is going to be invited on directly onto
Yeah,
the
I, I,
studio.
I, I
Okay.
believe you. I'm just on some level. I'm just kind of trying to keep certain info, from getting out. And I've seen what they did with King Cobra JFS, so I'm kind of, you know,
I
OPSEC
got
is
you.
very important.
Yeah. In King Cobra, speaking of him, he actually got recently. He lost his apartment recently, his second
Yeah,
apartment, by the way.
I know. I heard he's in like a trailer allegedly. I don't know if he is or isn't, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind
his.
of it's kind of it's kind of funny because it's not bad looking. I mean, people knock trailers, but it's not bad looking. It really does kind of look like a decent.
It's his dad owns it. His name's Clark or Kent or
Right, right. I know his dad's name. It's people mention it so much. It's Clint.
yeah,
Yeah,
Clint, because his dad enables him. 100% enables him. Like he has a lot of money. From what I understand, he was a trainer in the Special Olympics. Actually, no joke, he was a trainer in the Special Olympics, so he
yeah,
made a
yeah,
pretty good some money from that. But just saturated content talked about this also with him about him, just him being an enabler, and then saturated during his little stream out of him tried to support him to a certain extent, but not. Either way, I still think his dad enables him, and he has been ever since the start of his YouTube channel in his first apartment, which and after he lost that one.
yeah. He was doing some things he shouldn't. He was smoking, but he was also spray painting the wands. If you know, he was making wands indoors.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
I like King Cobra JFS. He's a cool dude. I call him that, but he's a good dude. He's not, you know.
he actually
People
hit
say
100K subs recently, dude.
that's pretty cool. That's what's up. Most
If he
definitely what's
does,
up.
if he does
Most
get a
def.
YouTube play button though, that would be funny. I mean, like he can get a bronze one by this point.
I hope he gets one, and I hope he makes it unique to him. Gives his special touch on it.
Okay, yeah. Talking about anime though, because yeah, that's my extent of watching anime. By the way, like that's it. I never got into Dragon Ball. Never. I didn't, and not even talking about the live action Dragon Ball movie. That piece, that terrible movie, the live action one. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah. Um, but I'll ask you this, Negi, though. So you know the terms weeaboo, I'm assuming from like Filthy Frank, Joji.
I know, yeah, yeah. I
Would
know
you
Filthy Frank, yeah.
yeah, would you consider yourself a weeaboo?
No, because I study so
Okay,
many different cultures that it's ridiculous
exactly.
because those are the people that only seem to like Japan. I like everything. Like my
Okay.
channel is a testament to the fact that I'm not one of those.
Okay. And speaking on that, would you consider people okay, would you consider people who believe that if you watch anime just every once in a while, like a few series, that's you're still a weeaboo, but people who think those people are still weeaboos are bigots. You think people like that are bigots?
I wouldn't use the word bigot because I think that's kind of overused and it's used in ways that I don't really think is right. But I think it's dumb. I think it's a dumb thing to think. But then again, they would probably not. I mean, the people that want to agree with me are going to agree with me, but the people that don't, it's no big deal. I don't care. I don't have time for that. So
Okay,
plus, I'm
okay.
I'm about to go to work anyway tomorrow. So
Okay, so how about a watered down version of the word bigot. So instead, someone who is ignorant. Is that better? Ignorant. Do you think that's
yeah,
a better word?
ignorance a better word for it.
Okay.
I'd call them normies, but
Yeah.
me normie, get out.
Yeah, I got you. Because
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I like to watch a lot of different stuff too. Um, I mentioned, all this happened just because I showed, two collectible. And by the way, well, they are Kodo. Okay, I don't know if you know the company Kodo Bukaya, which makes they specifically make collectible action figures that are handmade by each of their
yeah.
artists actually shows their name on the outside of the box. So they're more each one is like an individual item. It's not just produced on an assembly line. That's what makes them so valuable. Is Kodo Bukaya Kodo Bukaya action figures. That's why they're so valuable compared to other action figures that are made from television shows, whether fictional or non-fictional. So yeah, I only have a couple. I've got the two. I've got two Matrix, two because the Cody Bukaya also does like things like from the Matrix. I've got a few from Star Wars too, and I did get one from Ghost Rider actually on Marvel because I was a fan. I am a fan of Ghost Rider from the Marvel. So I got that. It's on its way right now. For $250. Let's see how that just maybe years from now I can sell it for more money. So we'll see how that goes. Starting price 250, but I could flip it for maybe twice the price. So yeah.
Yeah, I hope that works out because the one thing I'll never knock someone for is having interests or hobbies. I'm kind of becoming a bit of a normie myself because, in a way, I'm just doing content that has nothing to do with anime or otaku or anything. So it's whatever is growing up, maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, I did put in a bid for a Friday the 13th Part 3 figurine from Kota Bukaya, which is even older because that's how long they've been producing their figures. So, and that movie came out in the 80s. So that one, there was a bid. The starting bid was 250. I lost it at 270. There were only a few bidders, but yeah, I lost that one. Sucks. Everyone's asking about Star Wars versus Star Trek. What's your opinion on that?
What's my opinion?
Yeah.
I used to be part of this whole community where this guy did a whole scientific breakdown of how Star Wars would beat Star Trek, specifically the Empire. And it was the funniest thing in the world because the guy had an engineering degree. And he's talking about the Death Star had a superior laser that could just blow up ships. It was the funniest thing I've ever read in my life. And the guy used to get hate mail from people that were fans of Star Trek who couldn't handle that someone had an opinion they didn't agree with. So they would write long, hate mail letters to him. If you want to look him up, it was called stardestroyer.net. I'm just going to put it in the side chat, but
Yeah, yeah.
it was really great. Just a great website. If it's
Yeah.
still
What's your
around,
opinion? Yeah. What's your opinion on bronies, Negi?
I don't like MLP, and I'm not going to judge
Okay.
people. I'll say this: when it first started, when the whole Brony thing started, there was like a lot of people that I think were in it for the humor. I think people were trying to be funny. I mean, if you're
Mm,
gonna like a little girl show, on some level, you have to be either messed up in the head or you have to be doing it for some kind of joke. Like there has to be a punchline somewhere. I believe that they were doing it for that reason, but there's one dude that I know is not doing it as a joke, and he's filmed himself raging, while doing DoorDash deliveries or something.
mm,
And it's the funniest thing ever. He was featured on Deadwing Dork's channel. It's called the one that I'm thinking of is called Road Rage Brony. Just look that up. Just watch that. That's the funniest thing.
mm-hmm,
Road Rage Brony is the funniest thing.
mm-hmm.
But
Um,
yeah, it's just the whole show was meant for little girls, even though later they kind of added jokes that I know weren't for the target demographic, but I can say that won't save it. That won't save it in my eyes.
all right, I got something I gotta show.
Okay.
Because Kyle and chat brought up, they think you have a Sonic Shoe medallion, but I have something to show.
I don't.
From Etsy, Chris Chan actually used to have an Etsy account. He would sell his things. Well, I actually found this account when this was actually before he got arrested for what he did. I'm not gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I know
I
what he
got some I
did.
got something to show. Um,
Okay. Oh shoot.
oh man. There we go. You got the signature. Chris Chan says it is legitimate. It's not,
Uh
but it is real.
oh, that's for oh shoot.
It is real. No, it is for
Oh
real.
my. Oh my
So this
god.
was, yeah,
I
no, yeah.
almost I almost tried to get one of those, and then when he asked for like $25, I was like, no. But
No.
he asked for $25. I sent him a message on Facebook and he was like, yeah. I'm like, no. I just couldn't do it. I was like, model magic is not worth that. I don't care if you're famous. I don't care what. That's not worth it. Shoot.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't his Etsy account recently got, well, it's offline now. Yeah, he had a few that he made.
Yeah, yeah, that whole thing was crazy. I was there in the early days. You got to remember, I saw everything happen.
Yeah, that was crazy. So
But yeah, I think I gave a really sarcastic reply and they took it seriously. But I got to say, that room is so funny because when I was watching Blade, the room you're in right now, I saw when he was in there doing his whole, fire sales thing.
mhm.
That's so crazy because I saw that Rammstein flag and I was like, oh, he's a cool dude. I like Terry. And no, it wasn't Rammstein. It was the other one. Sabaton. That's it. Sabaton. That's when I knew you were a cool dude for liking Sabaton.
I saw, yeah, so I saw them over at the Paramount Theater in Seattle. So that's why I bought the shirt from when I went to their concert in Seattle back in September of 2022.
That's actually pretty cool. Sabaton has made some really good songs. Like they do historical event songs. It's like famous battles and stuff.
Mhm. I'll be just back in a minute.
Yeah. But that's really awesome. You got that Sonation medallion. That just I
Yeah,
still like I still haven't gotten over that. That's really cool. I mean, in a way it is really cool, but like
yeah.
some people, how much did you pay for that? How much was that?
Oh, I would have to let me go on Etsy. Let me look at it. How much I paid for it? Um,
Because if it's less than 25, I will be not mad, but I'll be a little bit like, because I wasn't about to fork over $25, and I was getting money from the government, of course, SSI, but that's still money.
mhm.
I'm
Yeah,
not
let
about
me
to.
log into Etsy because I should have it still in my history. Because you reach a point when you buy enough stuff, you can't see certain things when you go back far enough to a certain point.
So it's like eBay then.
Yeah, yeah, eBay. But then yeah, that's where I bought a lot of my Kota Bukaya stuff on eBay because it's via bids. It's through bids. So yeah, um, yeah. My favorite. Speaking on Sabaton, I did enjoy their album. Well, what was it? Songs like Shiroyama. I like Shiroyama. I love the Wing to SARS, even though a lot of people don't like Wing to SARS. The Polish Knights. Um, I liked Panzerkampf, and I got a few others. Attack of the Dead Men. I like Attack of the Dead Men too. That was another one I liked. Um, when I went to the concert in Seattle, they didn't play Wing to SARS, which was kind of made me a little bit upset. It made me a little bit upset, and I also was a fan of what's the one song about the Bismarck? Uh, it wasn't titled Biz. Was it titled Bismarck? You know what song I'm talking about? It's about the ship.
There's
The,
there's a handful that I actually know because I used to listen to them on repeat, and it's funny because there were ones that I know had subtitles and like different like Polish and German, and it was just funny
Mhm.
because one was about the Holocaust, and that's the one that had German subtitles, and I was just like, yeah, I can't imagine being German and stumbling on that, being like, wow,
Yeah,
that would have
yeah.
been
Some of
rough.
those songs. Yeah, some of those songs about Operation Barbarossa are yeah,
That
they
was a
would never.
crazy that was a crazy historical event because that's when the Nazis invaded Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
And they
I'm like,
totally
oh,
went in. Yeah, they went in crazy. What's up?
We're thinking about eating.
Oh, you want to
You
eat?
gonna be online for a while?
I don't know. When do you want to go eat?
Soon now.
Right now?
Yeah. All right, we'll be out here.
So I might go get something to eat in a minute. So I'll be
all right, that's fine. Yeah, that's all good, man. Um,
yeah.
that doll,
Everyone can see my
$87.28.
oh the medallion.
Yeah, $87.28. Yeah. Not yeah,
Oh
more than
that
25.
yeah
No, you're no.
I'm good. Well I'll see you next time maybe.
All
We'll
right,
see.
I'll talk to you soon, Negi.
Yeah.
All right, see you,
Take
man.
care. See you
All right,
around.
yep, see you. Um, so that was Negi, everyone. He's going to get food with a buddy of his. So we're gonna end it here, and I will go back to Streamlabs, and this will be the end of part 2 of this stream. We'll call it part 2, and now part 3. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. Peace.